Alright, let's try the same part. Took me a while, found it. Melting garbage. This is what we want. This thing has a good little fuse, good solid cap, and perfect, just like that. Bottom at the top, and let's get in there with this. So I want to remember which way to point the wire end, because this only sits a certain way. I've done this before, so it's going to sit, where was it? I gotta get my better light turned on, so it sits like that. So I want my wire to come in there and curl over. So wire comes in on the outside, curls in on the inside. And then probably the same thing over here. So I'm just gonna have to desolder all that mess there. Wick it up with some copper wick maybe, and pull that off. And then I can solder on. Perfect. Oh, I'm missing this part. Oh wait, where is it? That goes in on there too. That's the great part that adds the extra pressure. Yeah, so this is the one that I'm getting rid of, because obviously it has melted a couple times, gets real hot. Really, it's got one of those mini fuses, and it's the spring in there is just way too, yeah, this just garbage. Maybe I can make it better, but it's just not good for something that's pulling, you know, 5-6 amps, whatever my mini cooler is pulling. So we're gonna use this for something else, perhaps, potentially, more than likely, maybe not. And we're gonna get this all soldered up onto those clips. Right now I'm gonna take a break and catch you after the rest of, yeah, right now, dinner time. Could probably use this to just lick some of it off. Is my iron hot enough yet? Nothing's melting. It's usually a bad time. Yeah, clean it or something. Come on now. I'm starting to. Just need to be a bit more patient. I'm not actually trying to solder this wire to it, I'm just trying to pick up as much of that old solder as I can, so I can get this cut off of there. Should probably just try and cut it off and then take the solder off, clean the hole. I think that might be my approach. It was a couple times, it was easier before. This one seems to be on there very well done, very well. And my soldering iron, I think, is still just a little bit cool, because normally that'd be a nice puddle for me. Right now. And honestly, this is not the best wicking material. This is just old scrap wire. So, you know. But it's picking some of it up. Yeah, I'm just going to cut that off, get the rust off, I think. I'm as noob as it gets at any of this, so let's see. Oh, that's a little... I've been holding the heat. I really don't want to ruin this. Jeez. I've always had a much easier time with this. Like I said, I'm sure my soldering iron's just not cool enough right now, or not hot enough right now. That was probably some of the metal, maybe not. It's all gone though now. If I can scrape some of this wire off, it'll be a lot easier to melt the solder and be done with it after. Obviously, I'm probably doing this the hardest way possible, because that's just how I like to do things. Yep, we're done fiddling with that. Let's see if the soldering iron is heated up any. And what do I want to do? There we go, it's heated up a lot better now. And just play with that wire probably until it comes out. So now there's a little hole there that's been fed through. Yeah, at least I can see what I'm working with now. See, at least now there's the hole. And there's all little bits of wire, so I can probably maybe heat that up and pull it all out. Or sure, that's how you do it. Yeah, it was so perfectly bent around that little terminal. That's why it was all so good and stuck. Here, let's get it. Get rid of that mess in the sponge. Should put a bunch of flux on this now, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Let that rest there for a second. There for a second. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't put things back. Alright. Is this the proper use case? I have no idea. I want it to flow actually onto there, so maybe that's where I put it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just want to get the old wire and solder off of this thing. Just a couple little strands left. Pull them off with tires or pliers or tweezers. I'm surprised actually that didn't come off. Who knows what I'm doing? I don't. Heat it up I can work it off now. Perfect, got most of it. If not, yeah, just a couple little tiny shards. Nope, that's all of it, just a little bit of solder now. Beautiful, beautiful. Just open up that hole so I can get my wire through it. Oh, what a messy procedure that I sure made it look a lot harder. Alright, so that's what I wanted. That is the side post, the negative, the ground. Now I gotta do it with this guy. Dum-dum-dum. Cool. No, not cool. This is gonna, let's take that spring out, I guess, so I don't hurt anything. How do I want to grab this so I don't get hot? Right in through here, I guess. Great idea. Oh, hello. Am I gonna be able to like bend that up maybe? I should just try and cut it off again. Oh, well, you know, that wire's pretty soft. Maybe we can just bend it up and then pull on it. Oh, is this what you're supposed to do? That's what you're supposed to do. Well, I just learned something, guys. I haven't done many of these, but that was a good learning experience. Alright, hole's all cleaned up. Gonna clean my tip here and my brass pad. And let's bore out that hole a little bit again. Yeah, perfect. I should be able to get my wire through there. No problem. Oh, what a fun little mess. Yeah, I'll clean that up. So I've already labeled my negative and positive. I've tried to already put on the old sleeve from the other cable, put on a bit of shrink wrap to kind of seal the deal a bit more, because that wire's outside shield is skinnier than the others. So did I strip enough here? I don't want to do a whole lot. So I said from the outside and then in, correct?